So after the highlight of the day, the city of Mycenae, where we saw thousands of people, buses full of people, we are now in a very remote place, which is actually only 20 minutes away from Mycenae. And here on the top of this hill we see a beautiful wall, which has certainly polygonal features, but we will see it closer. And this is allegedly another Mycenaean city called Midea. It is unknown to most people. It's not a tourist attraction, even though there is a booth at the entrance. There's a very gentle man giving us a brochure. It's free entrance, but there's nobody here. And this is, as you probably know now if you've been following me, a little what I like most. You have a better time understanding and appreciating the place if there's not hundreds or thousands of people around. So we are climbing now a little pathway to get closer to the city. And yeah, I'll update you in a few minutes. So we got closer. Here is the wall. As you can see, it looks like a wall of the second kind. So it's huge boulders with smaller boulders in between. And now we're gonna enter the Acropolis and see what else we can find out about this site. It is mentioned here and there on the archaeological sites of the area, but well, maybe of course compared to Mycenae it's not that impressive, but it still is interesting. And it's just a testimony, another testimony of what the ancients were capable of. I mean, it's not going to be an easy task to carry stones up in this place. It's quite a steep mountain going down, as you can see. The area is quite dry. There's a nice little valley down here with some olive plantations and ore carts. Oh wow, it's quite some stuff here. So it looks like a lot of small walls and set up in a terraced fashion. And there's a map here showing the walls. So we were there just a minute ago and we walked along this section of the wall. You cannot really recognize it as a wall anymore. There's been some repair being done. And anyway, here we have a gate. So we are walking along the perimeter of the walls. Here you can see another piece of it. Apparently there's been done some digs, so we won't be able to go anywhere, but I'm trying to get a view from the outside, which might be possible from here. No, not really. Actually, the wall is better preserved in the inside than in the outside, where it's all collapsed. Okay, I am here on top of the wall. It's very wide. I'd guess at least 5 meters. And here it just goes down pretty straight. You can see the wall here on this one side. But it's so wide that it looks like a platform. So this is the width of the wall. There's some strange buildings here. We're now supposed to be in the upper Acropolis, so the highest part of the hill. In fact, the top doesn't look to be very far. Here it looks like it's dropping down a few hundred meters. The wall actually ends here, we just have a cliff here. There's another cliff over there. So not the place where you would most comfortably build a city, but depending on who you have to defend from, maybe yes. They even made a fence here to keep you safe from the cliff. So I don't really get it. We're supposed to be on the highest point of the city, on the high upper Acropolis, how it's called. All this wall was built to defend this place from intruders or whatever. At least that's the official version. And there's absolutely nothing. It just looks like any ordinary hill around here, besides the pathways from the few tourists that walk around here. So what was the purpose of this wall? There's nothing here. And even thinking that maybe people over the years and the millennia have taken away some stone to build their own homes and their own houses, why would you take those on the top when you could take those down on the wall, which are probably even better? So there's nothing here, you can see. Absolutely nothing. It's just the only signs of life here is Deborah and me walking around. So this seems to be the only remains of whatever construction was supposed to be here. They even built a small fence around it to preserve those 3 stones. And that, I believe, is one of those cloths they use to protect archaeological digs when they're digging. And another problem which Deborah pointed out before in such sites is that, differently from Mycenae, here there is no, I mean, it's a standalone hill. So where would they get the water from? There's, you see, all around 360 degrees, there's just valleys, or anyway lower grounds. So where do you get the water to feed the city, if it was a city? There's no water here, so it's not a very good place. And even if you want to defend yourself but you have no water, then there's not much to defend. You're not going to last very long to survive. Okay, just to show you, of course it's not the size of the blocks we've seen today in the so-called treasury of Atreus, but anyway, this is a very big block of stone. We are on the inner part of the west gate. There's another one here, very strangely shaped, but still that's also a very big piece of stone. And now if we walk outside, you see the wall going up at least 4 to 5 meters. And we get here, and just to give you a sense of scale of the size of these blocks, I'll ask Deborah to go down and film me from there, when I stand in front of these blocks. So this is most likely and certainly part of the bedrock, but these are all blocks that have been set into place. You see this one, it's not a small one, and they're all about the same size. They're all really big. So again, many questions in these places, and this place is absolutely forgotten from the local archaeological community. I mean, not forgotten, they know it exists, but nobody comes here. It's not publicized, it's not promoted in any way. We just found it by chance, as it mostly happens. Not even Edward Dodwell, which I have been looking into his work of the 1830s, and has been done a lot of nice drawings of special sites around these areas, and actually around all of Greece. Not even he mentions this place, or at least he doesn't show any drawings. He's done beautiful drawings. So it's just another massive megalithic place with huge stones, and this is really impressive. I didn't expect it to be so big. There is one here which is really unbelievable. Actually, you cannot even see them all because some are behind some. Sì, questo qua. Just to give you a sense of scale and the size of these blocks, because otherwise, if there's no human comparison, you don't really get it. So that's the size of that block. And there's many others like that. Another wall like this I've seen in another region of Italy, in Abruzzo. I made a video on it, you can find it on the channel, it's called Monte Pallano. Yeah, the type of construction was similar, but the size of the blocks was not so big. These are really huge. By the way, if you're interested in this kind of construction, so huge megalithic walls, polygonal walls, you can find a documentary on my channel which is called Stone Riddles, Polygonal Walls of Italy, where I show you quite a few of these places around Italy. And certainly sometime in the next year and a half, I will do another documentary on the same subject, on the same topic, but about Greek walls. And if you have a general interest in megalithic stone constructions, I have another very long documentary, it's 2.5 hours, which is called Archaeological Treasures of Sardinia, because Sardinia has a lot of very interesting stuff to offer. There's 8,000 towers called nuraghi, there's hundreds of so-called giants' graves, there's hundreds of so-called holy wells, and much more. So if you're interested in stone stuff, just browse around my YouTube channel and you'll find some stuff like that. Okay, just one last shot of the fortified citadel of Midea or Medea, which is supposed to be a Mycenaean city. It's on top of that hill. You can clearly see the retaining wall which we walked along just a short while ago, and this is how it looks from the outside.